everybody. I hope everybody's fine today. Today we are grilling and we're going to make pork and beans for a side. And I always get these big cans of the pork and beans, the Showboat brand. It's 112 ounces, 7 pounds. And I like to doctor them up. And these I find work the best. And we have a pound of bacon that we're gonna fry down with an onion. It's a medium-sized onion and about a cup of bell peppers. And then I have some brown sugar, and we'll add a couple cups of brown sugar to our beans. And let's get started chopping our onion and our bacon. Okay, this is our chopper. It's a very simple and plain chopper. You just add the onion. And it goes right through and it chops it all. It makes it easy, convenient, especially if you have a bell pepper, because bell peppers aren't easy to chop either. And you just put the skin on the outside, the flesh on the inside, and you whop it down. Now we're gonna add our bacon to our pot because we're gonna fry them down first. Okay, now that we have our bacon chopped up, we're gonna bring it over to the stove and fry it down till it's really crisp. Okay, we're gonna fry down our bacon until it's crispy. However long it takes, I have it on high on my stove, but your stove might burn hotter. So we're gonna fry this down until it's nice and crispy. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. We started our bacon and it's frying pretty good. And I have a spoon right here that is flat at the end. So if you find that it didn't chop up real well, you can just chop them up with your spoon in the bottom of the pot. But if you had a good knife, you probably chopped them up better than me. But we're gonna cook it probably for another 10 minutes to get it real crispy. And we'll check in 5 more minutes. Okay, we've been cooking the bacon for 10 minutes. And it's getting crispy, but we're wanting it a little bit crispier than it is. See, it's not quite all the way crispy. So we want the center of it crispy, not just the edges. So we'll cook it for a little bit longer and we'll see how long it takes to get crispy. Okay, it's been a couple more minutes and it looks like it's crispy all the way through just about. And what I just put it down into the bacon grease and let it fry. And it cooks really good. Okay, now we're gonna add our bell peppers and our onions. And I don't put a whole lot of bell peppers because my grandkids are not fans of it, but they love my pork and beans. So I'm gonna just put 1/4 of a cup. You can add more if your family likes more. So we're gonna add the 1/4 of the cup of the bell peppers that came out of the garden. And the 1 onion that we chopped, a medium size, and we're gonna fry it down in our bacon. I don't drain any of the grease from the bacon. I just leave it all in the pot. My family loves this recipe, and my husband's been after me to make a video. So here it is. We're gonna just fry it all down together. We just just gonna mix our bell peppers and onions and our bacon and fry them down. Let them absorb some of that bacon flavor. We're gonna cook these for about 5 minutes until they're clear looking, translucent. Okay, it's been 5 minutes since we put our onions and bell peppers in, and they are wilting and turning clear. So we're just gonna add our pork and beans. These are our pork and beans. We opened up, and they always come with this piece of bacon on the top, and we don't put that in there. We put our own bacon. So we're gonna take that out, and then you just pour the can of pork and beans right in the pot. We'll mix all this good together. Okay, and we have our 2 cups of brown sugar. We're gonna add, that's 1. Here's our 2nd cup, and make sure that you pack the brown sugar firm into the cup. That way you have a full cup of brown sugar. And I also add mustard to it. And I have my little recipe here that I had to jot down because I don't normally go by recipe, so I had to measure everything out for the video. And I forgot to write the mustard on there, but I always add it. And I'll put about 2 tablespoons of mustard. Make sure you shake the mustard up pretty good, because first, before you start adding it to your tablespoon, because if not, a lot of times liquid, it'll settle while it's in the refrigerator, and you'll get the water, or you get the clear liquid out first and not the mustard. Alright, so we put 2 tablespoons of mustard, and we're gonna mix all this up good, and we're gonna let it simmer. We'll probably let it simmer for about 30 minutes. We'll time it and check it, make sure. But you want to stir it. Depending on how hot your stove cooks, you want to check on it about every 5 minutes. Because if you don't, it may scorch the bottom. So you want to just put it on simmer. And then every 5 minutes, you want to check it. So we're going to put the lid on it. Put the fire down to simmer, and then we'll check it in 5 minutes. Okay, it's been 5 minutes, and they're not even boiling yet. But we're gonna check them and stir them around. We don't want them sticking on the bottom. And we're gonna do this for 30 minutes, checking them every 5 minutes. Look how good they look already. So we're gonna just take the spoon out, set the timer for 5 more minutes, and we'll check them in another 5 minutes. It's been 15 minutes of cooking, and we've been checking it every 5 minutes. So I'm going to stir it pretty good. The beans all settle to the bottom, and the liquid is on the top. And see, you can tell how it's stuck to the bottom. It's sticking to the spoon. So that's the reason why you want to check it every 5 minutes. You don't want it to scorch. Already has the house smelling delicious. So we're gonna put the lid back on and put it on for another 5 minutes and check it again. Okay, it's been 30 minutes and we've been stirring it every 5. It's bubbling real good and it's sticking, so we're gonna stir it. And it's cooked, it's finished, it's ready to be served, but it's kind of hot, so you need to let it cool down before you serve it. I like to cook this first thing in the morning if we're gonna grill. That way it has time to cool down before the grandkids get a hold to it and burn their mouths. So I'm gonna put some in a little bowl, and we're gonna let our tester test it. Now we've been simmering this for 30 minutes. So if you put the fire too much higher, it'll scorch it. We don't want to do that. Turn the fire off, let it sit. Okay, here's our tester.
All right, I'm gonna get a sample of these awesome pork and beans. Well, look at that. You can see all that seasoning in there, the onions and peppers and that bacon. Man, ain't nothing like it. Let's see how they taste. I'll tell you what, you got to taste this. There is no beans that I've ever tasted that tastes as good as this. That's why I kept asking her to put it on video, because I mean, proof's in the pudding. You got to try it. Them things are so good. That's why our grandkids love them. Everybody that comes over and tries them loves them. They are so good. Hope you enjoy it.